Hey gang, something really different for you here today. I gotta tell you, as my YouTube channel has grown and now I've got, I think, 14 million views and 32,000 subscribers, the last year or so I've been starting to get a lot of emails from companies that are saying, we'll give you one of our products if you do a video on it. And it's shocking how many of these I get. I mean, seriously, it's probably an average of over 2 or 3 a week. And it's everything from wear our boots and do a video about it. There's a lot of trail cameras available. I mean, I bet there's 150 brands of trail cameras now. And so they're all trying to compete for a market niche. And so I get those a lot. And offbeat products, like, I mean, yesterday I got an email for something electronic that you hook up to your laptop, and I don't even know what the thing does. And they wanted me to do a video on it on a bow hunting channel. Okay, no thanks. I got a trail camera here, and I've literally just deleted dozens of these requests to do a video about a trail camera, and I came across this one, and when this one came through my inbox, I looked at it, and one of the first things it says is that it takes 4K video and 36 megapixel pictures. And I got to read more about it, and one of the kind of disqualifying things with trail cameras for me is I want a camera where I can set it to take a photo and then immediately take a video of usually 20 to 30 seconds. And I like that for, especially for like using on scrapes, for bear baits, for a lot of situations, trails and things like that. So I like to have both a photo and a video. And part of the reason is because I write for magazines and I also do this YouTube, so I need pictures and I need videos. So anyway, I contacted them back and I said, okay, I'm not going to make any promises, but send me a camera and I'll try it. So I've had this camera for about 2 weeks now, and it's called the Wosoda. That's the brand name of it. I'll put a link in the description below after this video if you still decide you want one. There'll be an Amazon link in the description below. You can try it. But like I told them from the beginning, I'm not making any promises, and when I do a video, I'm going to do the good and the bad, and there are both good and bad about this camera. Overall, I would say I pretty much like it, but it's got some flaws that I don't like, and I'm going to tell you about both. So first, let's go through the good things. First of all, I like the fact that it's small. I mean, it's easy to throw in the pocket or a couple of them in your backpack. It's more difficult for thieves to see and everything like that. There's just quite a few advantages to being small. There are also some disadvantages to being small, which I'll get to in a minute. I really like the fact that it takes really high quality video, and takes up to 4K video, which is bigger than most of us need, and actually is really difficult with an ordinary computer to edit, just because it takes up so much RAM and so much of your hard drive and so forth. But I've mostly set this on 1080p, and it takes really pretty good quality video. I've had it on a food plot, and I've also had it on this scrape right here. This is a spot where I found the bucks have scraped a little bit. I come out here with a scrape dripper and some lure, and I added it, and the bucks are working it pretty good here. As you can see, I'm showing you some video here of the deer that are working this scrape under the scrape dripper. So I've had this in several spots and got some pretty good pictures and videos from it, and overall with the photo quality and the video quality, I'm pretty impressed. So another thing is that it's got a fast trigger speed, and it's really super fast, and I mean, I'm catching birds flying through. Overall, that's the good qualities of it. Now here is some of the drawbacks, and a couple of them come from the fact that it's a very small camera, which means that there's no room for 8 AA batteries in there, so it only takes 4 AA batteries, so the battery life is significantly less than a larger camera that you can put 8 or 10 or in some cases even 16 batteries in. The batteries just have to be changed more. And then it has a thing that most cameras have nowadays that really frustrate me, and that is that when the battery starts to get low, it stops taking video. And most camera companies do this, and it drives me nuts, because I'm like, I set the camera to take video. I want it to take video until the battery is dead. Don't change the settings when the battery gets below 40%, but most camera companies do that. This one's one of them. And when this batteries get to between 30 and 40%, it just stops taking video, especially at night, and it'll only take photos. So that's a frustrating part about it. Another thing about the small size of it is that it takes a micro SD card, and there are some advantages to micro SD cards. They're so small, but they're really so tiny. They're like the size of my little fingernail, and they're hard to handle. And if you drop one in the grass below where your camera's at, I mean, there's a good possibility you're not even going to find it because they're so small. So then you also have to, of course, have a SD card reader that takes in a micro SD card or some kind of an adapter or something like that. Overall, I would say some people like the micro SD cards. I prefer the regular size SD cards. Another thing that I really don't like about this in the settings, it's got a lot of different settings that you can set it to take video for 10, 15, 20, whatever seconds, but there's nothing between 1 minute and 5 minutes. So it's got several settings up to 60 seconds, and then it jumps all the way to 5 minutes. So there's not like a 3-minute delay, which is the number that I use the most. Like on bear baits, I use 3 or 5 minute delay. So that gap between 1 minute and 5 minutes for a delay between when it takes the pictures is a negative for me. Another thing I don't like about it is the strap. It's got this buckle on the strap that is really difficult. I mean, most of the day, let's face it, most of us put a camera on a tree, and you're reaching around the back of a tree, and you want something that hooks up pretty quickly and easily, and I don't like the buckle on this one. If I order any more of these, and I might, I'm probably going to change the strap on all of them. So the last factor in this that I kind of think is a negative, a lot of people won't think it's a big deal, but the detection range is a little bit wider than the photo that it takes. So if something's moving through, it's probably a good thing because it detects it, snaps the photo, and you got a better chance of getting that animal in the picture or whatever. But if you have something that's just on the edge of the detection range, you'll find that you have pictures that are being taken and the object is just outside the picture. So the detection range being a little bit wider than the actual photo being taken can be good and bad. So anyway, that's the positive and the negative, and if they tell me, since I put some negatives on here, I got to send the camera back, I'll say fine, send me a box and I'll send it back. But otherwise, I'm going to keep using it, and if I like it, because there are some things that I do like about it, and I buy some more, I'll bring you some updates on that. But once again, if you're interested in this little camera, it does take really good quality pictures and video, and there's a lot to like about it. I'll put a link to the Amazon link in the description below, and from there you're on your own. I'll talk to you on the next video.